back. Just Chili Dares back doing another video. I'd like to welcome back all my subscribers and all my new viewers. This is a channel where we talk about my top stocks. We also talk about personal finance, and we also talk about dividend income through stocks. If you're new, please click the subscribe button. And please click the like button so that it will help the YouTube algorithm so more people will see this video. Okay, today we'll talk about top stocks, but as we know, the UAW strike continues. The writer strike continues for television stars and such, and pretty much the UAW, so that's Ford, GM, and Stellantis are all on strike. Okay, so three major strike unions going on in the U.S. at this time. The top stocks today, it was Ford Motor Company up 1.78%. Apple shares were up 0.63%. Ticker symbol NUE or Nucor, another steelmaking company, was up 2.28%. And United States Steel was up 3.87%. Also rounding that out was CLF or Cleveland Cliffs was up today, up over 3%. So Nucor, Cleveland Cliffs, and United States Steel was up 3.87%. Okay, so that was the top stocks of the day. Now let's go over to CNBC and see what's going on in the news. Well, here we are on CNBC, and we have two big stories right now. The Fed, Jerome Powell, and people from the Federal Reserve will meet. So this is Jerome Powell here, and it says, here's what we expect from the Fed expected to do tomorrow. So the big decision is whether to hike rates again. Okay, we know that we have interest rates running about 7.5% for home loans and mortgages. And it is up to the Fed to decide to hike interest rate another 0.25% or higher, or just pause interest rates. Okay, so the Fed has been raising rates for the last year and a half, and it's up to Jerome Powell and other Federal Reserve members to make that decision on tomorrow's meeting on Wednesday. Okay, so about 2 o'clock Eastern, Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve will speak about their decision to continue to raise rates or to pause. Now, to pause rates would help more businesses go out and get more funding and get loans at a lower rate. And we are seeing signs in the housing market of a decreasing sentiment for buying homes. Okay, so yes, tomorrow will be the big decision whether the Fed will raise rates or pause rates. Okay, and then the next story today we have is the UAW. The strike continues. Again, we're hearing more noise from the UAW. This is the union which represents Ford, GM, and Stellantis plants, and it's saying that UAW may strike at additional plants if no progress is made by noon on Friday. Okay, UAW President Shawn Fain, he is threatening another plant to shut down and more workers to go on strike. So again, this is Ford plants, this is GM plants, and here are some workers. Some of these workers are wanting a 32-hour work week, and they want a 30% raise. Okay, they're saying that during times of need, they did hold their desires of wanting more pay, and they made the sacrifice. And now there's over 12,000 workers on the picket lines. Okay, it says all the workers have waited long enough to make things right with the big three, and we're not waiting around. We're not messing around. So noon on Friday, September 22nd is the new deadline, and basically more plants will close if Ford, GM cannot come to a agreement on wages, on the new wages, and also work hours. Okay, they want a 32 work hour week, and there's plants that may shut down further, but you got to realize all plants are connected. Okay, so you may have a truck plant one place, and then you may have a steel stamping plant somewhere else, and then they have the place where the vehicle is finally assembled and launched. But remember, they're all connected. Okay, so again, Shawn Fain is leading the union. He is the union president, and is threatening for more strikes to take place here in the U.S. across many places, Missouri, Michigan, and Toledo, Ohio. Okay, so he's threatening for more locations to go on strike. So that is the news pretty much. UAW on strike. The workers of General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis, all workers wanting higher pay. They want it negotiated now that we're out of the pandemic. Workers are feeling need for more power and a better living. Okay, so that is the news. The Fed will raise rates possibly on tomorrow. Jerome Powell in the Fed, and then the UAW strike may continue if an agreement is not reached by Friday. Okay, so lastly, we'll talk about here really quickly. We'll talk about the portfolio. We already talked about the top stocks, but let's take a further look in the TD Ameritrade account. Okay, so here we are. Tesla shares were up slightly today, 0.38% for a gain of $48. Second place was Ford Motor Company. Remember, the workers may go on strike, so the shares may go down again. But shares of Ford Motor Company were up 1.78% for a gain of $41. Next was Nucor, ticker symbol NUE or Nucor, a steelmaking company, was up 2.28%. Now remember, Nucor does pay a dividend, but shares were up slightly today, 2.28%. Also, Apple shares were up 0.58%. Apple did launch the new iPhone last week, and we're looking to see if people will start pre-ordering the new iPhone. And some other great steel stocks, United States Steel was up 3.70, as well as Cleveland Cliffs. Now, Cleveland Cliffs is a company that is bidding to buy United States Steel, but both shares are up today, 3.10%, and United States Steel, the company to get acquired, was up 3.78. Now, remember, United States Steel, if we look here at the chart, was trading around $22 per share back in August. But once it was made known that they were going to get acquired by another bigger company, shares shot up from $21 to $30 per share. Okay, so that is the true value. United States Steel company's been around since early 1900s, and it's looking to be acquired by another company. Okay, so that was the biggest move this year. We saw United States Steel jump over 30% earlier in August. Now, finally, we'll take a look at the market on the flip side. Some struggling stocks is Amazon. Amazon shares were slightly down today, down 1.87%. NVIDIA is down 0.96. Okta shares were down today, 1.35. And SoFi hanging around $8.50 per share. I did buy some more SoFi yesterday. Remember now, if the Fed, this is the good news, if the Fed pauses rates, companies like SoFi may benefit because rates going down will allow more loans to be made with cheaper interest rates. Okay, so SoFi also is part of the student loan free refinance package. Okay, so they're currently refinancing student loans at this time. And remember, student loans restart and will impact the consumer in October. So look for SoFi to grow their portfolio of student loans, okay? Because they will go in and refinance some of those private loans that people have taken out for college, okay? So remember, SoFi has also expanded their platform. They do loans, personal loans, car loans, home loans, mortgages, VA loans, veterans loans, FHA loans, several products and services that may interest you. They also have the new checking account and savings account and new credit card. Okay, so check out SoFi.com. Again, SoFi shares holding steady at 8.64%. Remember, just last year, they did just get their bank chart. Okay, so they are still looking to roll out new products and services. And again, SoFi, where you can get your money right. And lastly, shares down. AMD, another chip maker. AMD shares were down slightly today, 0.74%, a little less than 1%. Also cooling off today was COP, ConocoPhillips, an energy stock, which, as you can see, since May has been surging from the early $100 per share up to $123 per share. And we do know gas prices are up, and we're pulling from a strategic oil wells as well. And I believe Saudi Arabia and some of the United Emirates countries are pulling back. They're pulling back on oil right now, so possibly causing American prices of consumer oil to go up here in this country. Gas price, a lot of pressure. Okay, but energy continues to be a good play here in 2023. Again, we can see that ConocoPhillips has been up over 20% this year. Okay, so that's good news there. And that was the news. Okay, so the top stock today was Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company earning me over $40. For some of the hotter ones, percentage-wise, United States Steel up 3% and CLF. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and I hope to see you on the next one.